Jesus, smelly, 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 smelly. Yeah, man. Right back at you. That's crazy, man. The things that people do just out of hate, feel me? They're gonna be alright though, you feel me? But I'm in a good mood today. Not that much of a good, but I'm alright, man. I'm alright, man. We still Black History Month. You feel me? Shout out to all the Black History Months out there. Shout out to you. If you mad at me, please forgive me. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for forgiveness from you. I'm asking for you to forgive yourself from being mad at me. If you can understand what I'm saying, you dig? Meaning, don't be mad at me holding on to that hate. I don't require forgiveness from you. You feel me? I can only forgive myself and move on and hope that you, feel me, do the same. You know what I mean? You gotta let that go. Y'all gotta let it go. I done move over on. Feel me? Anyway, today is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. You know what I mean? I wanted to be on the series of, Black History Month and everything else like that. I'm on that series too for the rest of the month. Be on that series. You dig? Like I want to talk about, I've been on that series, not just recording wise, just to put it on video, just to show off. I've been listening to old school musics and everything else like that, you know, watching YouTube videos pertaining to African Americans. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm just speaking on the topic of it. In this month, like any other month, but in this month especially, since it has been recognized as such, I, know, do more when it comes to listening to music, watching videos pertaining to Black History Month, educating myself a little more. So I take more time during this month and, overdo it during this month and everything. It doesn't necessarily mean that every topic that comes up has to be Black History, related. You feel me? I'm already doing the work off camera and on camera. You did off sin and on sin. And I also been on the series of, I just started the series of senses, how we need to enhance our senses, our perception and everything else like that. We all know about these five senses and everything else like that. Everybody wants to levitate, but always forget about their senses and things that they need to do better. You gotta be a better listener. You gotta be better, you have to like I have to go on a whole journey on that, just that alone. Like, what I mean? I didn't even want to talk about it yet because I was doing the research by paying more attention to it and seeing like, okay, this is what it is. But a topic came up, then I'm like, you know what? Let me just speak on it. Then I spoke on it yesterday, so we can speak on it a little bit more today. I was doing a quiet research and observation about it. You gotta be a better observer. To observe, you have to use the eyes that you have in front of you, and that also requires an intelligence. Feel me? It do requires intelligence. Listening is, I think I heard it one time. They said, listening is a skill. So any skills need to be developed. So if your five senses are all skills, they all need to be developed. So as you grow or mature in each stage, it requires an enhancement of each senses. It's the whole road ahead. He acting like somebody's holding him back. Like it's like nobody's in front of him. Like, ain't nobody ain't nobody holding you back. You acting like my words created this invincible wall that is holding. Like nigga, drive on. Anyway, man, look, man. So each census is equivalent, or it is a skill which needs to be improved. You have to work on this. Like any kind of sport game or basketball game. Excuse. You feel me? You gotta work on each skill, whether it's your footwork, your rebound, you feel me, your jump shot. Nah, it does the same thing with your five senses. You dig? Each one has every stage in order for you to win. Shout out to Tom Brady, by the way, for winning his seventh Super Bowl ring. Amazing. It's amazing. I mean, what can you say? You can't hate on that. Like, that shit is hard to do. In this day and age, for him to be like, sometimes I always thought the goats, which is the greatest of all time. I know I'm deviating. I'm gonna come back to it. It has a lot to do with the census too. I always thought that the goat, right, was already written in stone for him. You know, sometimes you write people off. It's like, nah, this person is the GOAT, this person is the GOAT, and this. It's like, but for him to not re-enter into the conversation, but just be in the it's like some people have to enter the room, then they be like, with this championship, we can really talk about this nigga being. No, this nigga didn't. I don't even know where he came from. He just appeared into the GOAT conversation like boom, like a mist. It just came through. And we can't even deny him no more. He is one of the greatest. Like, not just in football, because I think when it comes to the football, he is the greatest football player that ever played. Like, not one of the greatest. He the greatest. Like, like, I guess in my era and my knowledge of football is like, I didn't watch the old times football and everything, but the man got 7 rings. He's probably him and Peyton Manning are probably one of the only two players that won championship with two different teams. But Peyton Manning only got 2 rings. Your boy got 7. And I used to play. It didn't matter when Tom Brady had 4 rings. I always thought Peyton Manning was better. When he had 5, I'm like, Peyton Manning is still better. But 6 and 7, it's not even a conversation. I respect Peyton Manning a lot. Sometimes you can love somebody, respect them, but you know, I recognize. You gotta like it's like you gotta recognize. And also play with your 5 senses too. Now, I mean, sometimes we let our emotions get the better judgment of us. You feel me? You see something that's in front of you. Let me show y'all niggas what I'm walking into right now. Stop playing now, yeah. Look at that mist. Look at that. Look at what you're walking into right now. You see it for yourself, my nigga. The camera doesn't even do justice, honestly. It is cloudy. The sun can't even come out because somebody burned something. It's straight cloudiness out here. Look at this shit right here, bro. This is the shit that I'm walking into today. It's usually clear out here, but look at where the sun is. The sun look like a light. It's, that is my light right there. This is how the cock block. You feel me? This shit ain't no joke, man. The mist is in the street itself. Look at the car coming. You can't even see the car coming until it's too late. You see it, right? You see? This is my morning, man. This this is my morning, bro. Like this is how the day started. But anyway, but Tom Brady is the greatest. Nah, I mean, I know I deviate off the topic itself. We still on the 5 senses, but I used to. I seen what he was doing. You feel me? I seen the championship. And I'm like, he got this New England Watergate. He always had some blemish on the shit. You know what I mean? There's always a stain going on with Brady. I'm like, nah, he's not. Like, it was always something that I could use as an excuse. You feel me? To be like, he's not the greatest. Nope. He got caught cheating. No, they won another one. Nah, the other, I don't know. The refs was cheating. It was always an excuse. But he did it. He proved himself over and over that to the point where you have to recognize. Like, he forced you to recognize that he's the GOAT. Now, that's very, very important. Recognize is like being forced to acknowledge. You feel me? Like, you ain't got no choice, nigga. Bow your heads. Yeah, nigga, bow your motherfucking head. So sometimes, man, these are the things that you gotta go through, especially a person who's hard headed like me. I said it when he won his fifth and sixth ring. Like, yo, I don't like him, but I respect him. You feel me? Now with the seventh, it's like, yo, you have to recognize, like, yo, this nigga is the greatest. You feel me? The conversation now is not even about football no more. It's not like he's only battling LeBron right now as the greatest of all time in this current. I'm talking about live. Right now, he's only like battling LeBron. He might have an edge over LeBron, and I love LeBron. Cause he like, you know what I mean? He went to the Super Bowl. His winning percentage is better than LeBron's. Feel me? So that's the only thing I can say. God damn, this shit is. I'm gonna have to put this shit on. So his winning percentage is a little better than LeBron's. So that's the only. I say he has that over LeBron. You feel me? You dig? Like this shit is crazy. I'm gonna show y'all niggas. This shit is crazy. The camera's cheating right now. This shit is nothing but spooky. It's a mist. It's a mist, man. You feel me? You see it for yourself. Look at that. Oh shit, motherfucker. Look at this shit, me. Y'all niggas over there still counting shit. It's a mist out here. These niggas, they be doing the most. Niggas just really be scared. They gotta do the most. And they don't even be doing nothing too crazy. They be doing some ordinary shit after all this. They be doing some ordinary shit. They wanna be like, this nigga's just pussy, man. Anyway, look, man. Nah, this nigga just moved forward. He moving. He inching closer and closer. The closer I get to you. Anyway, yo, yeah, Tom Brady is the greatest. But let's get back to the yeah, like the only person I can see in this modern age that can compare to him is LeBron. Like, you feel me? To be there that many times, some people don't even get to enter or get an invitation to a playoff. To be there, god damn, they gotta get out this fucking mess. Yeah, some people don't even get an invitation to this fucking playoff. But to be there that many times, it's ridiculous, my nigga. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? And I can compare myself to that, to have that many opponents against you. Like, it's a physical sport, too. Like, that many people are coming to hurt you, nigga. Like, you the quarterback. You the center of attention. You the target, nigga. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, nah. These niggas try to hit you. They cowards, man. Hurry the fuck up, man. God damn. Bitch ass nigga. Niggas getting me tight, man. Nigga. A person who's a coward will always try to find ways to be more cowardly. You feel me? Nigga, hurry up. Can't you see some mist? There's already a mist in front of you, bitch ass nigga. Anyway, I'm sorry about that, people. Anyway, our five senses. Right there and then, that's a perfect example. Not to respond to such. See what they're trying to do, man. Trying to block out everything. Trying to block out the sun. This shit is crazy. They don't want the sun coming in because it's like, this nigga getting too much information. There's something going on over here. We need to stop. This does not make sense. California weather does not make sense. California doesn't make sense, period. Like, there's something mysterious about this place that nobody really talks about. And I'm not going to be staying outside too long in this kind of condition. This is not a cloud. This is smoke or a mist. You feel me? This is unlike anything that I've seen, honestly. It's like niggas getting high in a room, but the only difference, this shit is outside. For real, like, who does that? The sun still ain't come out yet. You seen the sun trying to penetrate through this shit, but it's too much. It's, as soon as I cross, you can tell it's intentional, because it didn't happen on the others, about 100 yards away. It's only on this side. So this was done definitely intentional. Somebody tell that Don Blanco sent them. It ain't work. Well, today I'm not even gonna be out here for too long. But we can talk about the senses. So, like I was saying, each sense, the words that come out your mouth and everything else like that, everybody always associate that you gotta be very particular of the things that you say, which is true. But you also have to be very particular of the things that you're listening to. You feel me? You have to be very particular of the things that you taste, the things that you allow to be done in front of you. You feel me? The things that you entertain and watch and everything else. All these things, like, is very, very important. The things that you smell and everything else. Of course, all these things play into part. These are the senses. Like your sense is intelligent in itself. You feel me? The word sense. Like, do you have, let's make sense of it. That you have your senses. So they basically mirror each other. So it requires excellence from you as a maintenance or somebody that is in charge of this. It requires that kind of care. It requires the same attention you put on your woman or your man when you want the best out of them, or your children. That's the kind of attention that it requires. You feel me? Your senses requires that. You cannot elevate, or you cannot be a healthy person without checking your senses and always making sure that the things that come in, because each sense, let me tell you this, man. Each sense, right? You got five senses, right? Each one can replace the other, but it will express itself in the way that it knows possible. If you was to lose one, the other one can do the same thing as the other. Now that's something that you gotta. It requires understanding for you to dive into it. I need you to really know that I'm not just talking just to talk. This is actual fact. You feel me? Each one can do what the other one can do, but it doesn't do it like it doesn't do it the same way as the other one. It does it in the way that it's supposed to do it. You feel me? A function, it has a functioning system, right? Now, let's take, I don't want to get into detail because the devil also listening. But let's just take a look. Let's just take a, if you have five senses, right? One sense has a function of how it operates on how it's supposed to operate, or the way we see it, or the fact that the normal way that we see it, how it operates. Then you have sensor two. Now, if you happen to lose sensor one, sensor two can take the place of sensor one and still be sensor two, but express sensor one not in the same way as sense one express itself. It will give you the same, let's say, picture. It will give you the same picture, or it will give you the same information, or it will give you this. You get the point. It give you the same information, but in the way that sensor two know how to. So you never really lose out on each one. If you was to lose all four and one is left, that one will operate as the five. You feel me? Believe that. That's why people who are blind sometimes, right, can still can still have a way of getting around and everything else like that. It's not as excellent as the ones who be walking around taking it for granted and everything else, but there's still a way. Their hearing enhances. It's not that because their hearing enhances because their sight has been taken. No, their hearing enhances because they has to make up for two things. So they use their ears as sight and as listening too in that realm of thinking. So elevation requires your senses. You feel me? It requires it. It requires these things are required. You see, I don't know what they got in the air right now. This is a mist for real, yo. Look at it. Like the whole shit is smoked out. Somebody trying to send these niggas is ridiculous. They're the worst kind of people, I swear. This shit don't make sense, bro. It's like on the nah, it's like a few yards away from here. I can actually walk to it and I'll show you the big difference. So it was only happening on this side, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, so in order for you already use a scripture from the Bible, right? That shows you everything that you need to know about, Elijah when he was old. And I think Joshua was supposed to be taking his spot, and Joshua went to him 3 times, asking a question. Like he was asking him, "Did you call me? Did you call me?" 3 times he went to him. Well, Elijah didn't know that he had. It was a requirement. It was an elevation in front of his doorstep that needed to be elevated. He needed to. He uh, he needed to graduate his listening abilities. And in that time, his teacher was Elijah. So his teacher passed him on that test in that moment. You feel me? Some of us, it takes a little longer. It requires a little more maintenance. You feel me? It doesn't just happen like that. Feel me? It's not just a story that is told and it just happened like, "Ding." Feel me? But in that sense of things, that's what happened. Feel me? So our observation needs to be elevated. Feel me? We just gotta have a better observation on the things that we listening to and paying attention to, the things that people are telling you. Feel me? It's kind of funny how when I said listening and paying attention to, it's like you can pay attention with your eyes, your ears, your nose, and everything else like that. So each senses plays it plays the same part. It's just that we separate it and call it 5 senses. But it's actually this one sense that expresses itself in 5 different ways. Now I need y'all niggas to hear me. See what you waiting for? What you offering? You feel me? Y'all gotta hear me on this, but it's all good, man. I'm gonna let y'all niggas go on that one. That's just is one 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 sense that expresses itself in more than 5 different ways. We only know of 5, but it expresses itself in the ways that we know, but it's only one. Feel me? Now this is something I've been it's information. I always sit on saying information. Okay, so I always sit on information because sometimes I'm not even ready to speak on it. But I heard. But I heard sometimes it does not. You shouldn't wait until the information is perfected. Just say the way God told you to say it. So that's why I'm like, you know what, this shit can come out right now. Let's not wait until we do research and da da da. That's why I gotta say it. And at the same point, when your enhancement kicks in, you get to understand. You come to understanding of it because at that time it didn't make sense. You feel me? Now it makes sense. You feel me? Because now you have matured enough not to be judging first, but you've matured enough to take it for what it is. I gotta spit my phone. But I'm gonna go in. You feel me? But this is 23 minutes, 24. I think I'll stop right here. You know what I mean? I will call it stop at 5. No, no, that's maybe that's hilarious. Stop at 5. Nah, I'm gonna call it. Um, I can call it the evolution of the 5 senses. Whatever. You know what I mean? I think about the better name for it. Every time when I say I'm gonna call it something, something else pop up. So we go see. Please charge. But I'm gonna call it something. All right, man.